Hey there, everyone. My name is Kat, and I'm hitting up two different thrift stores today that are new to me to see if I can find some items to flip and resell that will help us stretch our retirement budget since my husband has retired early. I love these thrifting adventures. They're like treasure hunts that can add some extra cash to our fixed income. First, I'm checking out a new store that I've never been to, and then I'll be heading to another store that I've only been to one time. But my plan is to look at these stores today to see what's out there and see if there's anything within our budget that we can flip and see what we can score. This first store has so many things to look at, and the shelves are packed with glassware. There's tons of clothes and home decor. And the aisles are quite tight in the store. It looks like there's plenty of items in here that could be flipped or resold, but it's a little overwhelming looking at all of this today as I scan over the entire store. There's a lot of vintage finds and some small furniture that I could flip. I did bring my mom along with me today, and it's funny at some of the glassware that's on the shelves that it reminded me of things that she had when I was younger, and I pointed them out to her to see if I was remembering correctly about a glass set that she had, and she said, yes, I did used to have a set like that. And honestly, I don't think I can look at everything in this store today because it's just so overwhelming. I didn't really find any home decor or glassware that I liked, but I was also looking for some used coloring books, and that's one of my newest hobbies that I have is coloring. Sometimes I can find coloring books, but it just depends, and I don't, want the simple kind. I want the adult kind with a little more detail in them, but I didn't find any of those today either. The store also had what I would call just a little side back room that was mostly full of crafts and office type items, and I've seen on different platforms where a lot of the older craft kits like embroidery kits or sewing kits are really popular, and any paint by numbers that are really old. And there were a few kits in here that really excited me when I saw them because they were definitely vintage, but unfortunately they were opened and they didn't have all of the craft items with it, so I had to pass on those. So I'm coming out empty-handed, but I'm definitely coming back to this store to dig a little bit deeper later on. As we were coming out of the store, we noticed all the dark clouds in the sky and were afraid that we were about to get caught in a downpour. And a few minutes after this, we really did get caught in some nasty weather. The streets were flooding and we were having to drive really slow, but it lasted no time and the sun was back out and we were ready to move on and shop some more at a different thrift store. I had been to this particular thrift store one other time when we came to this town, and I found some really good things there, and today I was very pleased to see that the furniture was half off. And so I was hoping there'd be some furniture in the back that I could take home with me, because right now we're trying to find my husband a few pieces here and there for him to work on in his spare time. Now, I was so excited about getting back to the furniture that I really didn't care about looking at anything else in the store. I did try to look at the clothes a little bit, look through the home decor, but my mind was on the furniture the entire time. There was a TV stand or cabinet that really caught my eye. It wasn't anything that matched with what furniture we had at home, but I was trying to think of a way to use this at home, maybe behind one of our couches or in the dining room. We'd have to paint it and update it a little bit. It was $60, but everything was half off today. So if I did get it, it was only going to be $30. But I walked around the store a little bit more, thinking about it. If I really wanted it, what could I do with it? And should I even take it home at all? So while I thought about it some more, I went through the craft section hoping to find some older embroidery sets or craft kits, and they just didn't have any. Everything was mostly newer and what they had in their bins. I texted my husband and was asking him about what he thought about buying this little TV stand or table, and I ended up just going ahead and buying it because it was only $30. It's real wood, it's not the fake stuff, so you can't beat a real wood cabinet for $30. I didn't purchase anything but this TV cabinet, and it is perfect for flipping and reselling. Even though I couldn't snag much else today, this beauty is still a win. And we really are just getting started as far as buying items to flip and resell or clothing to resell on eBay. We're just learning as we go. We really don't know what we're doing, but we're just taking this as a learning opportunity, and hopefully we'll make some extra cash along the way. Thank you so much for joining me today, and be sure to join me again next week to see what treasures I find next.